You can absolutely bust your ass at the gym, but if you eat like trash, you're not going to be very healthy. You can eat really clean, but if you never get around and move and get your heart rate up, you're also not going to be very healthy. When what we do doesn't align with the things that we say, or the things that we say don't align with the things that we do, we know it. Internally, there's just a sense that something isn't right. We don't think about servicing our cars and have the realization, I really need to go get my alignment checked until things are out of alignment and we can feel it. But unlike driving, what's happening inside of us internally is much more subtle. I know that for many years, when things fell apart in my life, when the wheels fell off, proverbially, I lost the ability to feel like I had the tires of myself on the road. Today, every day, my mind is very attuned to having my feet on the ground, and the actions that I take and the words that I say. It's incredibly important to me that those things match up. And the same applies to healing. It applies to relationships as well. And for many of us, so much of our pain and brokenness comes from relationships. I've been thinking about this analogy of a father who works really hard for his family. He provides an amazing living. They get nice clothes. They even go on some amazing vacations. But he's not there. He's not present physically most of the time. And when he is, he's somewhere else mentally and emotionally. And I think about what that experience is like as a child. When your father's actions and their words don't match up, the care that they feel for you just doesn't land the same. You can get tons of verbal and emotional affirmation, but if actions don't jive with that, you begin to think, does he really mean these things? And like our analogy, someone who's giving you all these material things, but you're getting nothing meaningful from them emotionally, verbally, then this provision taking care of you also doesn't carry me as the weight that it could. So much of relationship is missed. And if you're finding yourself feeling misaligned today, that who you say you want to be, the actions that you take, and the reality of what's happening in your life, if those things feel out of whack, it's a good moment to step back and get real and get honest. I have moments almost every day where I feel like that thing I said or that thing I did, that's not who I want to be. And as we learn to check ourselves in the moment, that we just don't get unconscious, that we don't get disconnected from what is happening in us mentally, emotionally, and with our actions, because we go down a slippery slope. We're not just supposed to go on autopilot. We need to keep aligned. The things that we say, the thoughts that we think matter. Our thoughts matter. Maybe no one knows them, but they are a rudder. That's all there is to it. For so long, my thoughts were so negative. I felt broken, beat up, betrayed, and my thoughts were not helping me move past those feelings. And those were legitimate feelings. Don't get me wrong, you can have pain and be wrestling with these things. It doesn't invalidate how serious they are and that they matter. But we can't just get stuck in the pain and the muck and the mire. We have to frame our thoughts differently in a way that redirects us towards a destination that we want to go to. I was on autopilot. I was in this mode of brokenness for years. And I didn't feel like I had the strength to get out of it. And I did. I did have the strength. My hope for you today is that sooner than later, sooner than me maybe, you can experience that click in your mind of, I can get out of this. I'm not a victim in my own life. That I can put my hands on the wheel and I can steer in a different direction. That I can be empowered to pursue wholeness and healing across the board in my life, to not make excuses for, yeah, but this happened, and like, well, if you had gone through this, you would stop. No, I want to be gracious and loving and patient with pain in anyone's life. It's not my job to judge, but I know, believe me, I know from experience how stuck we can get. And I hope today that you can get your wheels turning, the wheels that are going to create motion, and you can get this wheel turning that's going to give you direction towards a destination that is going to give you joy, that's going to give you meaning, that's going to give you purpose. You don't want to look back and think, man, all I had to do was refill my tank. The gas station was right there, and I just sat there in my car. You can move forward today, and I hope you will. I'm Matt. This is the Daily Dose of Determination, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.